Hello everybody, I'm Mark Novotarski, producer of the PBS broadcast Battles, Bouts, and Brawls, the story of pro wrestling in Detroit and its surrounding areas. And right there, folks, is Cobo Arena. Or excuse me, it's what was once known as Cobo Arena. Cobo Arena no longer exists, as you and I may recall. No more wrestling events, no more concerts, no more sporting events. It's a part of the past. And that in itself is just one more reason why you should get Battles, Bouts, and Brawls, the 2 DVD disc set. You know, there are over 30 participants in the program of Battles, Bouts, and Brawls, and there are some people that once they found out they weren't in it, took great issue with that. Among them, the taskmaster himself, Kevin Sullivan. A man that has a history like no other professional in the world of wrestling today. He himself has some memories about the Sheik and Detroit wrestling. Mr. Engineer, please tune that up.
I have a story to tell about Detroit. When we had the Great American Bash and we went to 37 cities in 37 days, Dusty was the booker, and I said, bring back the Sheik and we'll do big business in Cobo Hall. He said, I'll bet you we won't draw 50 grand. I said, I'll bet you $100 we'll do over 100 grand. The match was me and Dickie Murdoch against Dusty and the Sheik. It was the only match I've ever seen, and it was definitely the only match I was ever in. Maybe it happened before. But midway through the match, the Sheik and I became partners against Rhodes and Murdoch, and it was in a cage. Not only did we draw over $100,000, it was the biggest house we had on the Great American Bash tour. That's what kind of drawing power the Sheik had. When he appeared in his limo, the limo drove in the building, he got dressed out impeccably in his three-piece suit with his vest, no shirt on, gold chains dripping from his neck, his big gold rings. He was the Sheik. That night, he took me to Greek town, oopa, oopa. He didn't drink much, but he had his champagne ready. They treated him with the utmost respect, and they treated him like who he was. It was a wonderful evening. I ended up getting in a fight with a 6'7" cowboy that night, and he got arrested and I sent to jail. And the funny thing was, the next week, when we came back to Detroit after we drew that house, I was expecting some repercussion. There the guy is in the hallway waiting. Comes up to me and apologizes and says, I was on PCP, please accept my apology. I thought, wow, that was something. But the Sheik will live forever in Detroit. He's as iconic as Ty Cobb, Al Kaline, the Red Wings, the Pistons. He was the bad boy of Detroit before the bad boys were. He was the living legend over 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. In the 90s, I booked him in Florida against myself. It was like he was 25 years old again. Then I had the privilege to go to Japan with him on numerous occasions, and I'd be the semi-main event. And on the main event, I would go out with the Sheik. Not to protect him from the people, they just wanted to touch him because touching something that dangerous would give them the good luck. So here I am trying to keep people away who just only want to touch him to get good luck. So sometimes I let a few slip by.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, was Kevin Sullivan, the taskmaster himself, recalling some of his memories of the Sheik and Detroit wrestling. Now you can be in possession of Battles, Bouts, and Brawls. Go to insent.net. Where it says click here, click here. And within a matter of days, you too can be in possession of Battles, Bouts, and Brawls. You can be in possession of the Sheik, wrestling's greatest villain, the award-winning PBS broadcast J.W. Westcott, and any number of other things that are on the site. insent.net. Hobo Arena no longer exists. Got to keep that memory in telling the story so that you can add that to your memories of Detroit wrestling. insent.net. I'm Mark Novotarski. Thank you.